Hi there, enlightened ones. This is Samantha Shanklin, and I'm back. Okay, today's episode, I want to talk about some TV stuff. Okay, so I was watching the Steve Harvey Show, and they had two women on there. They were black women with like blonde weave. Yeah, I'm not really with the weave or the blonde hair, as you can see. But anyway, they can wear their hair the way they want to. But anyway, they were on there. They were on a date. I'm pretty sure you guys probably saw this if you look at this video. This is my opinion on that situation. They were on a date with these two guys. Come to find out, these two men were attractive and had good jobs. Well, the women didn't know that. So they went on a date with these two guys, and they made the guys look unattractive. One of them, they gave him a really big mole on the side of his head, and then the other one, they made him bald. He's actually bald, but they actually put hair on the sides to make it seem like he was had a receding hairline, or like he was like literally bald at the top, and he had no hair on the sides. And yeah, so they purposely made, and I think it gave him some glasses or something, so they purposely made him look unattractive. So the two twins went on a date with these guys, and of course the twins did not like how they looked, and they were kind of rude to them. So let me first say the women were rude. This is how I feel. If you went on a date with these guys, you can at least be polite and not disrespectful. Another thing they did that was very rude, they asked these men how much they made a year. That was very disrespectful and rude, and they would not want a guy to go on a date with them and ask them, okay, so how good is your vagina? How good are you in the bedroom? They would be very offended, and they would promptly end the date. Okay, so these women, don't get me wrong, these women were rude, but this is the problem I had. So after that happened, they went on Steve Harvey Show. The men came out. They looked the way they naturally look, which is very attractive. They told them what they did for a living. They made a lot of money, and you know, they were really successful, which is what these women were looking for. Well, I had a discussion with one of my friends, and he was saying, well, women always say they want a guy that treats them well and everything, so it shouldn't matter what he looks like. Hold on. Why are women held to a different standard than men? Okay, they wouldn't have never, Steve Harvey would have never, ever took those two women and made them purposely look unattractive and put them on a date with those two men. So let's reverse. Let's say two men were looking for a woman who was attractive, had it going on, family oriented. His friend, screw Steve Harvey, his friend would not hook him up with two women that were unattractive, and they would definitely not take a pretty woman and purposely make her look ugly and then go on a date with these guys and then expect those men to want to take things further. Men are very vigilant, as are women. I think people forget, yes, a woman, we can sometimes look past looks a little bit, but let's just tell what it is. Men and women both want someone that's attractive. Okay, so it's not fair for society to make a woman feel like, okay, you have to accept a man looking like crap just because he has money, or you got to accept a man looking like crap just because he treats you well. You deserve both, ladies. Listen to me. You deserve to have a man that treats you well, that's attractive, that's loyal, that's ambitious, that has his own money. You deserve it all. Men, you deserve a woman who's attractive, who's family oriented, who whatever you're looking for a woman, you deserve that. Especially if you're bringing that to the table. Let me take the back. You only deserve what you're bringing to the table. In my opinion, you shouldn't want something that you don't possess, because that's not fair to the person you're with. But my thing about it is, Steve Harvey said these women were being rude, and they were. But why did Steve Harvey expect these women to be spending over two men that they purposely made unattractive? You expect them to look past that, but you would never, ever put a man on a date with a woman and purposely make her look ugly. You would never do that and then expect him to look past the fact that she's unattractive. I'm sick of people expecting women to lower their standards while men, they don't. A lot of men have low standards. As long as you're pretty, got a nice body, a man will look past that you don't have your own money, that you are not responsible, that you got all these other bad attributes. Men will look past it just because you have a big butt, you're attractive, and you're good in bed. Men look past those things on women all the time. So I don't think it's fair that a woman, yes, when we want a good man, but don't a man want a good woman? Okay, so since we both want a good person and we both want someone that's attractive, why would you purposely make these men look ugly and then expect these women to look past it? Because Steve Harvey would have never made those two women purposely look ugly and put them on a date with those two men when the men were, you know, in their natural state. He would have expected those men to be upset, to walk away from the date and not give these women the time of day. But you expect a woman to accept the man ugly and all, and just because he treats her well, so a woman's not entitled to have to have a man that's attractive, that treats her well, and that's financially stable, and that's loyal. We don't deserve that. We supposed to just accept anything just because he treats us well. He's supposed to be ugly. Like I said, they expected these women to go on a date with these men and look past the fact that these men were not attractive. Okay, they could have looked past that fact, but let's reverse it. I want you to comment below. Do you think that it was fair, that they expected these women to accept that these men were not that attractive and look past that and get to know them. But they would have never, in my opinion, purposely had a man go out, purposely have two men go out on a date with a woman who was hit, who they purposely made look hit. So let's just say they wanted a man. Let's say I was supposed to go on a date with a guy, and he wants a woman who was smart, who had it going on, who was pretty, who had money, blah blah blah. So they said, we're gonna make you look ugly. You think they would have purposely made me look ugly and then put me on a date with a man who's looking for a good woman? They would never do that to him. But they expect us as women to look past a man's looks because we want a good man, we want a loyal man. Okay, so looking good and being loyal doesn't go together. Those two things don't fit. I'm trying to understand, why are those two things not mutually exclusive? I mean, you want a person who's attractive, that's ambitious, and that got their own stuff, right? And who treats you well. So why is it those two things separate when it comes to a woman? But a man, he don't care about. Most men do care what a woman has going on for herself, but it's mainly about how she looks. And society knows that men are so hung up on a woman's looks that they don't care about all the stuff that she offers sometimes. But when we're expected to look past that, we're expected to look past the way a man looks and just care about how he treats us. No, we're supposed to get a man that treats us well and who looks good too, who turns us on, who the same thing that men look for. It's not fair. So like I said, they would have never put those men on a date with a woman and made her purposely look ugly. They would have expected that man to walk out on a date. They would have expected that man to not want that woman. So why is it fair for us to look past looks and just only care about what's on the inside when men don't do the same thing for us? Something to think about.